trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under, where women go and men plunder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. He was 6'4" and full of muscle. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I come from a land down under, where Peter's flow and Manchester. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that have hurt you, and you'd stay. I don't know why I did the things I did. I don't know why I said the things I said. Pride's like a knife, it can cut deep inside. Words are like weapons, they wound sometimes. I didn't really mean to hurt you. I didn't want to see you go. I know I made you cry, but baby, if I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that have hurt you. You'd stay. back time, if I could turn back time, if I could turn back time, oh, baby. I didn't really mean to hurt you. I didn't want to see you go. I know I made you cry. But oh, if I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that hurt you. If I could reach the stars, I'd give them all to you. Then you love me like you used to do. If I could turn back time, if I could.
And Clara.
Happy Good Friday to all of our race fans, as this is the Friday edition of Oaklawn Today. Myself, Nancy Holthus, joined alongside track announcer Matt Dinnerman. Matt, we had some good days off. You played a lot of golf, especially in the Chaplaincy Golf Tournament, which was a perfect weather day.
Terrific day, and for a good cause as well. So all around a fun time. And not only is it for a good cause, but just going out there, meeting people from the community. And a lot of those people, they're not working in the business. They're just fans. I talked to some folks who were from different states coming in for the tournament.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of fun. And I was on the chaplaincy team led by Robbie and Rich Heffington. Let me tell you, Robbie is a pretty darn good player herself.
She is very good. She actually played golf at Oklahoma State. So,
yes.
that's
what Rich
she's
was telling
go
me.
Pokes. Yeah,
Rich,
she's
a good
very
putter.
Yep.
And Abel Cedillo was on the team.
Cool.
He made a lot of good chips and putts. His short game's
Nice.
strong. So, and
Nice.
my game's all over the place, but we had a fun time.
Well, good. So we've got a very good weekend coming up. So let's go ahead and take a look at our weather page. The sun is shining. It was a little overcast earlier. Partly sunny skies. Fast track winds out of the south-southwest at 15 miles per hour. That flag is a-blowing. But guess what? It is 74 degrees. Very excited to see those temps in the sunny and 70 area. As I mentioned, come off a great couple of dark days. Beautiful weather. But let's take a look at our news page and take a look at the current leaderboard, as it is, I think, Matt, going to come down to closing day. Christian Torres still in the top with 53 victories. Francisco Arrieta hot on his heels with 51, and Jockey Rafael Bejarano sitting with the catbird seat with 49 victories. And also, trainer leaderboard, Steve Asmussen. I think he's going to get another trainer title, as he is currently in top with 42. Ron Moquette having a banner meeting at 30 wins, and Kenny McPeak in third with 27. So a very good owner leaderboard as well, with Steve Asmussen with 12 victories. He owns quite a few and has some good shots today. Endzone Athletics looking for their title, as they are sitting at 11, and Ruiz Racing having a very good meet from limited starters at 9. Also down at Oaklawn this Saturday with the Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen himself. He's well represented on tomorrow's 12-race card. The infield will be open. A perfect day to go out with you or the family or the friends and take a look at what offers we have in the infield. And the Bathhouse Row Stakes, one of 3 stakes, offers a berth to the Preakness if you are Triple Crown nominated. And also, Miss Martini is hoping to cheers in the Valley of the Vapors, and Skippy Longstocking is looking to repeat in the Oaklawn Handicap. Just be the second horse in Oaklawn history to repeat a Oaklawn Handicap victory. And in observance of Easter, there will be no racing on Sunday, but we will come back on Thursday for that added day on our race schedule. So we'll be racing Thursday through Sunday next week. And of course, out of the starting gate with our very own track announcer, Matt Dinnerman.
That's right. We went over as a solo spin a lot of good stuff. Last week's stakes, this week's stakes. A first-time starter that I think is a very nice horse tomorrow. And let's not forget about Mystic Dan. Some breaking news there. He is scheduled to run in the Lake Ouachita on Kentucky Derby Day, but not in Kentucky, right here at Oaklawn. And we showed a workout he had the other morning. He looked like the old Mystic Dan, the good Mystic Dan.
I'm glad to see that. After that just kind of two not great performances, I think this is going to be an opportunity for Mystic Dan to, really stretch his legs back out in the afternoon and get that confidence factor back in him, which is very important, especially as horses mature into their handicap years. And when I say handicap, I'm meaning 4 and older.
Yes, and he's the type of horse that knows what the racing game is. So getting him a confidence booster is really going to help him, I think. And, hey, when you run against $200,000 stakes horses, usually you get a pretty good field. You got to be ready to run a good race, but he's working like he's going to run a good race. So that's a positive, and this is the right thing to do. Just take a step back, regroup, freshen him up, run him in an easier spot, and then if he does well, then you put him back in the graded stakes ranks again.
Totally agree. Also, the closing weekend, which is the first Saturday in May, that is our closing day, a lot going on, so make sure you put us on your calendar. There's the Wine, Place, and Show event, the Beer Tasting Festival, there's the Bago Tournament, so please go on our website, oaklawn.com, to check all of those opportunities out. And also the Budweiser Clydesdales will be back. I am so excited. I always get giddy. I've been around the Clydesdales since my days back at Hollywood Park when they stabled with us multiple times. And just to see them, because we're around thoroughbreds all the time, which are just big and majestic. But when you get next to a Clydesdale and you put your hand down on their foot, their foot is like a dinner charger. It's absolutely huge, but they're so gentle, and I just can't wait to see the Clydesdales again.
They're wonders. That's what I call them.
Are.
Like, you see them and you go, oh my goodness, just like the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah, right.
But if there were wonders in animals, they would be in that group. They're majestic, and they're actually really quite friendly when
they
you
are.
meet them.
They are, and all have some really cool names, and they are always escorted by one of the Dalmatians that rides along on the carriage.
Yes.
So, remember back in the day it was Miss Michelob. I think they always have a name that's
name.
some kind of beer-oriented name for the Dal. But you got some visitors this week.
Mama and Papa Dinnerman here.
I love that.
Yes, in Hot Springs, and they are very happy to be back at the races. They love it in Hot Springs. They love racing. So they're somewhere in the grandstand here. And I know you want to give a shout-out yourself, speaking of parents.
I do. It is my mom's birthday today, so happy birthday, Mama Jane. Yes, I did post it on Facebook.
Happy birthday, Mama Jane.
Didn't post how old she is, but she does not look her age. So I'm hoping that the genes will carry over at some point.
She looked great in the photo.
She looks beautiful in the photo. So, happy birthday, Mama Jane. Paul is cooking us a beautiful steak dinner tonight.
Of course.
So, very excited. And
Paul's the chef,
Paul is, you know what? I actually cooked last night. Mom came over for dinner. I made my famous meatloaf, which I do in muffin tins. So it's still got that crunchy on the bottom. So I made my famous meatloaf, fresh green beans, and some good old Gouda mac and cheese.
You're probably your own worst critic. Like, I bet you if I tasted your food, I'd be like, Nancy, this is terrific.
The one thing I do well is, I do a few things in the kitchen but meatloaf is definitely on the list.
And my mom's a good baker. She just stepped in.
Oh, nice. What's your favorite go-to?
To bake?
Yeah.
Brownies.
Brownies. Have you seen the pans that have like the ridges around, so everyone has like the...
We have that.
Oh my gosh,
have that.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, we have that, and it always comes out perfect.
Yes.
So
everybody loves the crunchy edges. And,
that's the thing is food. You can't go wrong with
No,
food.
you can't.
No matter if it's chocolatey, sweet, sour.
Yes.
Can't go wrong with
Can't go wrong with that. And you can't go wrong with the 10-race card today. Nice little segue there. As we move on to race number 1, this is for 3-year-olds. Maiden claiming $30,000 is the purchase price, and they're going to go 1 1/16 miles in distance. Did have a scratch of the number 3, who was third choice on the morning line, but we still do have a competitive group of 7 to go to the post.
We do, and I picked the morning line favorite, who's the second choice currently. That could change. There's not much money in the win pool right now. But Staniel K is going to be my pick. Was third first time out for maiden 100. Sat well off the speed, rallied for third. The dam was unraced. 2 siblings, 1 routing. Takes a month off as a slow 5 furlong work, now in for 30. I'm a little bit suspicious on the drop, but I do like that they're getting to the route of ground. The fact of the matter is, though, this horse was 16-1 and was no threat to actually win the race last time, so maybe the drop is just needed here. I'm just trying to beat Sir Gallivant because this horse had every chance to win his last 2 races, in my opinion, Nancy, and he just got run down. I know you like him, so we're going head-to-head here in the opener.
Yeah, he kind of blew it last out, as you said. He had 3 lengths established, looked like his race to lose, and he did lose by just 2 lengths, and he did go off as the betting favorite. That was at today's mile and a 16th, but that was a big improvement off of facing tougher just 2 starts back. So I also like the fact that he did stretch out really well last go at the mile and a 16th, and is very competitive at the distance and does race third off the claim. This one also owned and trained by Sippy Contreras, and off the purchase, third off the claim, fire at 21%. Piloted by Walter De La Cruz, who is sitting 5 wins from a milestone. So we certainly want to.
Which milestone is
I believe
that,
it's
Nancy?
200 Oaklawn wins.
Wow.
That's quite a few. That's a lot of visits to the Oaklawn Winner's Circle.
200 times.
200 times.
Russell Bays, I think he won, 12,000 races in
Yeah,
his career? Think
something
about
like that. Yeah, it's absolutely
I don't
insane
even know
what
if I've
Russell
been
Bays
on
did.
Earth 12,000 days. never mind Russell Bays winning that.
Yeah, I can't do the
that
math
many
right
races,
there
yeah.
without breaking
Whoever
out the
does
iPhone.
the stats for these milestones, we're on top of it. here
Robert
at Oaklawn,
Yates,
too.
kudos. So
Well done,
Robert
Robert.
is a big thanks, not only for our bar notes, but to keep me kind of in check for all these milestones, and there's quite a few coming up. So I've got the tally on my board in the office, doing the little check marks and slashes and all that good stuff. So we are ready for all of the milestones and hoping that we hit them before the meet is over, because
And I
not
think
that
we got
many
a good
days.
shot too. There's always milestones that we see every
Yes.
year. And by the way, follow Robert Yates on Twitter as well. He's got really good photographs.
He
puts up.
does. He's a great photographer, and really good at getting some good quotes, and that I like to use in my handicapping sometimes. Like if a trainer will say, well, I just need to get this horse a race under his belt. You know what? I might not pick that horse on top this time out.
Sure.
Race number 2 is for 3-year-olds and upward. $10,000 is the purchase price, all looking for their second career victory and are going to go 3/4 of a mile in distance. We do have a field of 9, and I know you played golf with Abel Cedillo the other day, and he's got a shot in here with Rhino Wrecker, but I unfortunately did not use in my top 4.
Neither did I. I'm trying to beat Rhino Wrecker in here, and this is the race I have the least strong opinion on. I picked Quarryman on top first off the claim for Steve Asmussen. Claimed him for 20. He's in for 10 today. That could be seen as suspicious, but if you really add the math up, let's just say this horse wins and gets claimed. Steve's probably he's probably making a little money here. So with that in mind, I'm going to make this horse my pick. Steve 13% first off the claim. I just think the class drop will help him. And yeah, he's seen better days, but at the same time, if he's got anything in the tank, he should run well against this field.
Well, I typically not fan of drawing lines through races, but I'm actually going to draw a line through this runner's last 2 races, and that's the number 1, Sweet La Crema, coming from the barn of Greg Compton. I'm going to see if Walter De La Cruz can get that early daily double. Routed over the synthetic last go at Turfway, which didn't seem to care for it, but that was against much tougher first level allowance starters, and then raced over the mud here against tougher starter option 62,500 as well to run 6th. But if you look at the maiden debut, was a winning one over a fast track right here at Oaklawn, sprinting 6 furlongs, and was very forwardly placed. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of speed in this particular field, so Sweet La Crema could be the one to catch, especially on the class drop. Race number 3, let's talk Arkansas breds, 3-year-olds and up, non-3 for the $15,000 tag, and they're going to go 6 furlongs in distance. Here's a look at the field, and we did have a scratch of the number 5, Only a Dream, and we'll see if the morning line favorite Landlord can get J. Reedy Young Thoroughbreds to the winner's circle, but they're going to make it hard.
Yeah, this is actually, I think, a stronger than average 15 non-3 state bred race. I look at the horses that are running here. Great Barrier is okay. King Peanut, he's seen better days, but he has some backlash. Landlord, a horse that ran second in a stake last year. Now, obviously, things haven't really panned out for some of these as they're in for that $15,000 tag, but I'm going to pick Landlord on top. Ramo Quetz had a great meet, and one of the reasons I think Ron's had a good meet is I think he spotted his horses very well. I think he's been competitive with his spotting. When horses need a drop, rather than run them too high, he says, okay, we got to drop, we got to win, we got to run well here, and if they get claimed, they get claimed. And that's what I think they're doing here with Landlord here. Probably not a superstar. He's probably not a staked caliber Archie-bred. So they're getting aggressive with the spotting here, and I like this move.
Well, Matt's going with the rail. I'm going to go with a far outside with the number 9, Great Barrier. Steve Asmussen legging up Eric with this one. Scored off the freshening, off about a 2 or 3 month freshening, and is hoping to get right back as did route over the mud last go at a mile and a 16th. I'm hoping it just wasn't the factor of that off track. So that was against tougher starter allowance company. So here's another one dropping in for the tag in that beaten 3 area. Second off of the freshening, the barn fires at 19%. And also with the cutback in distance, just a little bit to that 6 furlongs, the cutback is 21%. Not like the fact also broke the maiden when going from route to sprint. So hopefully can get back-to-back trips to the Oaklawn Winners Circle. Race number 4, as we continue on, another non-3 for the $25,000 claim price. 3-year-olds and up, and they are going to contest 1 mile. That means the short stretch of the mile run here at Oaklawn, and we have a field of 8.
And we have one of your favorite horses, A.A. Ron, in this race.
I feel like this horse has run so often lately.
And I'm going to pick him.
Love it.
Not because you love him, Nancy, but I love him today. Well, maybe not love him, but I do like the name. I may have to throw that A.A. Ron just one time.
Oh, please do.
Call.
Just once.
Yeah. I don't think owner
once.
Danny Caldwell will mind at all.
I don't think
He's got
he
a
will.
Good sense of humor.
He's got a great sense of humor.
You know, last time this horse tried the wet, he never ran on a sloppy surface, and he ran terrible. But maybe he just didn't like the ground. So, as you mentioned, Nancy, sometimes we can cross races out. That's what I'm going to do with him. His 2-back effort, he sprinted, maybe a little bit too short, but he ran second. 3 starts ago, I thought he ran a really good third, only beating a length and a tail to Hess, who came back to win a starter allowance, a tough one, on an Arkansas Derby day. And then 4 starts ago, this horse, I thought ran a really good race, went second. And keep this in mind, 3 starts ago, this horse had a bad trip, too. He could have won that day. So Aaron, he's on a fast track. He's routing. He is coming back in about 2 weeks' time. But I like him in this race.
I'm going to use A.A. Run as my third choice. Matt's third choice is my top choice, and that is Rebellious. Sippy Contreras legging up Manny Escobar with the call. Exits a much improved third when taking the drop into today's level. That was also contested over the slop at a mile and a 16th. Came from well off the pace, so had to take some of that kickback that particular day to run third. Does race third off the claim here this afternoon, where the barn is a very impressive 21%, and I'm hoping there's going to be just enough pace in here for this horse to make that nice closing run late in the lane. Race 5, before we take a quick break, this is for 3-year-olds and up. Maiden claiming $15,000. Arkansas breds will be entered for the claim price of $25,000, and they are going to go 5.5 furlongs, and this is actually what the first of 2 5.5 furlong sprints today.
Yes, which is not that often.
No.
We usually see the 6 furlongs, but not that often, 5.5. And here we go. I picked more power on top. He's 5-1. Last time out, he was coming off a break of 3 months, ran in a state bred maiden 45 race, did not break well, was well off the speed, and faded down the lane. Now, you look at his first career race in December, he was on the lead for state bred 40,000, going 6 furlongs, got a clear lead, yielded late, as it said, was second best to the winner, Max Sox. But I think this horse can run well here. He's in for $15,000 against open, but it is the lightest field that you can find against open company here. And I think he's the speed of the speed, especially drawn inside. So if they try to emulate what they did first time out, and he's got a couple races under his belt now, maybe this horse can have a little more fitness, and maybe he can improve here. So I'm going to try with him.
Well, unfortunately, my picks got decimated with the scratches of the 3 and the 4, but I did benefit from those scratches as my top selection. Actually, both also eligibles draw in to the body of the race, and State and Flurry has my top selection. Battle of the Ravine for those LSU fan hunch plays. Kevin Martin sends this one out, exits a pair of seconds, and was the beaten favorite last out. And and put the blinkers on those last 2 starts. So really has shown some improvement. Lasco was over the slop and had a very emphatic 4-length lead at the top of the lane and just tired late at 6 furlongs. So I'm hoping that cutback is going to be beneficial. That natural speed should help overcome that outer draw. So the now breaking from the 12 post, it's going to be interesting when that first turn comes up very, very quickly.
Actually, the 11 post.
The 11 post, yeah.
11
post, because there's 2
so
scratches.
That helps. I mean,
like
if
that.
going 6 furlongs is a little easier to break outside,
Right.
5.5 is a little quicker to the turn there.
Definitely. We're going to take a quick break here on this Friday edition of Oaklawn Today, and when we return, we'll pick it back up with race number 6, which starts the first leg of the 50-cent Pick 5 sequence. We'll be back.
Experience the excitement of horse racing with Oaklawn Anywhere. If you're an Arkansas resident, you can watch and wager on horse racing from around the globe, whether you're at home or on the go, with any smartphone, laptop, or tablet, anytime, anywhere. Download the free Oaklawn Anywhere app and register for a sign-up bonus. With access to past performances, live video, race replays, and expert handicapping data, you're always in the know with no subscription fees. Bet online anytime with Oaklawn Anywhere. Exclusively available to Arkansans. Right, Max? Oaklawn Anywhere. Our season never ends. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
And it pays to race at Oaklawn. As you could see, those were the jockeys and trainers who have at least $1 million in earnings amassed this meet, and that was a lot.
A lot of dough to be given out. And that's why it's great to come here, and we have a good time. And as you can see, I think, 17 riders are on the list there?
It was quite a few, so well over a dozen.
And we got 3 weeks to go, too.
Yeah, so that we're at the end of the meet, when we kind of put out our final post of the season, there, I think last year were 19 or 20 or maybe even
think
24.
19.
Was it 19?
think it was
I mean,
19.
almost.
A lot.
It was a lot.
lot.
It was a lot that had amassed more than $1 million in earnings, and that is because of how competitive our purse structure is and how competitive the racing is. So job well done. Sophie put that together. So kudos to you, Sophie. Thank you for sharing that information.
And we're hoping to add a few more people to the list by
There
the
will
end of the
be
meet.
quite a few added because there's a lot on the cusp. There's a lot with 900,000 and even high in the eights. So you win or even hit the board several times against allowance and maidens. Yeah, your number is going to go up drastically.
And there have been a few people, both trainer side and also jockey side, that maybe have gone to a different track but recently.
Right.
That if they had stuck around, they'd be on the
Yeah,
list. So
yeah.
it's pretty incredible. If you look at other racetracks, and there's no list in the wintertime that compares to
Yeah.
Oaklawn in terms of money.
Cody, I'm going to throw this at you real quickly. Can we put up the graphic of our next season race dates?
We got it.
We got it, as it is absolutely
Breaking
official.
news.
And this can also be found in the back pages of your program at the end of Oaklawn's card.
Look at
and
that
so,
blue.
yeah, that is not a mistake with no the middle of January being marked out. Opening day is going to be December 12th, and we will go through January 4th. And then we will take a 3-week sabbatical, as typically those dates have been our bad weather dates. So hopefully we're just going to call it a wash, come back on January 30th, and then the dark day on Sunday, February 8th, is Super Bowl, and you can see the Monday of President's Day and a good 4-day race schedule to come back on. And Arkansas Derby will be contested on Saturday, March 28th, and once again close out our season on the first Saturday in May. That is May 2nd. So let's take a screenshot of that. But again, it is also in the back of the Oaklawn section of your program.
Is
Thank
it
you very
December
much,
12th,
Cody.
2025 yet? That fires me up.
Ooh,
That's
it's
awesome.
not that far away when you think
No,
about
it goes by quick. I felt like we just were like, "Hey, Nancy, how you
Happy
doing?
opening day.
Happy
It's
opening
great to
day."
see you. How was
Yeah.
Monmouth?
Right.
But
Here we are.
yeah, so we start opening the barn area, I believe, late October to get those horses onto the grounds, or even early November. So really, by the time horses ship out by mid-May and the horses are all gone onto their next destinations, early November comes very quickly.
Yes, it does,
Yes.
which is a great thing. And
I love that time
I'm
of year.
expecting with 4 days a week, we're probably going to see a few new riders. We're probably
I
going to
think
see
so.
some trainers shipping in a
We've
little
already
more.
heard some strong rumors of
Yeah.
some new blood in the jockey colony, and I think with other tracks also having to cut their purses, and not only cut, but cut them substantially. That is definitely going to be a key benefit, and as you mentioned, that 4-day race week, I think that's going to help us as handicappers too.
I think it will. I think it will. And it's going to keep us busy for sure.
Yes,
Nancy.
it
We're
will.
always busy here anyway, but it's going to keep us busy. But we love this game.
Yes.
This is what we're here to do, to watch racing, analyze it, enjoy it. So
Yeah.
it's exciting. It's very exciting. And the last 5-10 years, it's been an exciting time to be at Oaklawn Park.
Definitely.
And what you don't see often is that it continues to feel that way. It continues to grow. And that is why Oaklawn is so special.
Yes, it is. And thank you, Jason Milligan. Battle of the Ravine is actually an OBU Henderson reference, that that kind of the highway rivalry between Washita Baptist and Henderson State. So thank you, Jason, for clarifying
Is that high school?
No, that's college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Arkadelphia, it's not. It's maybe 45 minutes, an hour away, and they're literally right across the street from each other.
I got some homework to do on Arkansas-related things. I'm still learning. This is all my second
Hey,
year.
I got it
so-
wrong, so I mean,
Okay,
I'm college dropout, so I didn't go to either of those schools. Race number 6 is set to contest 1 mile, meaning the short stretch of the mile run. 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 for the claiming price of $10,000. And as we take a look at the field, a full field of 12. Matt, you got your work cut out for you as we kick off the first leg of the 50-cent pick 5.
I love it. Pat Pope, if you listen to this, make as many big fields as you want, because I love big fields and I love route races, and that's what we find here in race 6. I'm going with a big price here. Mount Craig, 12-1, Manny Esquivel aboard. The reason I like this horse, even though he's run very poorly his last 2 races, there have been 2 races that really scream off the page. His best races come when he's on the lead, and there's really not any pace in here. Copper Echo, number 7, has shown speed in the past, but we haven't seen it from him in the last few starts. So I'm hoping that Mount Craig can go to the lead and get Brave. And if he does, I think that's really his only shot to win. But if he does get Brave, he's maybe got a chance at a big price, and we've seen very good payouts here, partially because we do find prices at Oaklawn Park. So it's time to get creative here in a race with not a lot of pace, and a lot of horses in here. They're very professional one-win horses. I mean, 5-2 for Gluckstadt. He's 1 for 28. So you get a lot of horses like that. Why not take a shot with a horse like Mount Craig?
Yeah, a lot of horses taking the drop, and it looks like the much-needed drop to get to the winner's circle. But I am going to go with the number 5, Gluckstadt. Happy City for the barn of Greg Compton, who's hoping to have a good day. Francisco Arrieta has had a bit of trouble the last 2 starts. Was claimed off a 6th when facing non-2 for the quarter. Ran into some traffic, a little bit wide going into that second turn, and first off the claim, had to take that step up in class to face non-2 for $32,000, and it came from well off the pace after being pinched at the break, and it was forced to check into that first turn. So certainly not ideal trips. Hoping to get that trouble-free trip today on the significant drop in class, and does race second off the claim where the barn is 27%. So Greg Compton having a very good meet, as we saw him as one of the $1 million earners.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for
and he's
him.
a nice guy. Whenever you talk to him, he's always willing to chat and talk about his horses. And yes, Nancy, a very good horseman.
Yes.
He likes to go to Delaware Park after this.
Yeah, he does really well there.
If he goes there and sends this type of stock and puts him in the right spot, he's going to have a great meet.
He's going to have a great summer and a good summer. Race number 7 is Auction Maiden Fillies and Mares 3 and up, which have sold or RNA'd for $75,000 or less in their last auction, or the claiming price is $75,000, and they will go 6 furlongs as we kick off the final 50-cent pick 4.
Bougie Beach is out 3-1, second choice on the morning line, so that's a significant scratch. I didn't have a hugely strong opinion here. I went with number 7, Bang Bang Fury. I think Donnie K. Von Hemmel's put this runner in the right spot to run well. I know she's 0 for 9 with 7 thirds, but you also have to take into account situational awareness here as to what type of horses these others have been running against. And Bang Bang Fury has been running against maiden special weight horses, and this is a much easier field just looking on paper than what she's seen. So that's the key for me. Even though it doesn't look like a huge class drop, I don't actually think this is the strongest maiden optional 75 that we've seen here at Oaklawn. I think this is a legit drop down in class, and I think it's going to only aid her.
Well, I'm going to go a few stalls inside of Matt's with the number 4. That's Pink Ruby. Did face much tougher maiden allowance runners in the debut, and then took the drop second out off of a minor freshening against $50,000 maiden auction maidens to run a much improved third, was much closer to the pace, flirted with the lead from the break, and got that first call down at the fairgrounds going a mile 70 to wind up third, when also getting first Lasix. Second time Lasix today, cuts back. That can be a good handicapping angle, as the fitness factor is certainly there. But one thing that really stood out to me was that breeze on April 2nd, just shy, or just a little over a month from that last outing, and went 5 furlongs here in 59 and 3. So really good work. Tells me that they've had this horse right tight and ready to go. So Pink Ruby, it is for me in race number 7. Race number 8 is for 4-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3 or non-winners of a race since November 18th, and they're going to go 5.5 furlongs for the claiming price of $10,000. And as you see, a field of 11 with scratches of the 12, 13, and 14.
So we're going to get a little more formful here in race 8. My hunch play would be baseball politics, because I was a baseball player.
And there is a lot of politics in baseball.
There's a lot of politics in sports,
True.
period. But baseball politics will be my second pick, Nancy. So he makes the cut. That's a good pun.
It is.
Luckily, I was cut from one team, I think. At 15, I tried out for a travel team and got cut, and then I never got cut again because I was so determined.
Well, that's a good thing. Determination is a beautiful thing.
And I was literally like the last cut. Like, I was borderline. And this was a very high-level team.
Yeah.
But
they take their travel ball very seriously.
yes, especially in California
Yeah.
when the weather's good year-round.
Year-round.
It's a very strong,
Yeah.
strong group of players. My claim to fame in baseball, I'm going to brag a little bit on air. I got Bryce Harper out one time.
No
pitched
kidding?
against Bryce Harper in a travel tournament in Las Vegas.
Wow.
He flew out to the warning track. Yeah. It was right
Check
after he
you
made the
out.
cover of Sports Illustrated as being the next Babe Ruth. And they're like, you know who that is in the dugout? I said, I don't care who it is. I got him out. And
I'm going to get him out.
They're like, he's one of the best players in high school in the world. I said, yeah, right. But
You know what he had next? What he got? A K.
What?
He got a K as you struck him out.
No, he flew out to the warning track.
Oh,
he hit the ball real
I
far in
got
the
you.
warning track.
I thought you said you struck him out. I'm sorry.
No, that would have been a really cool deal, but no. I think if I tried 100 times, I would have never struck him out.
You
He's
never
pretty
know.
darn good.
You never
know. You never know. But I'm going to pick a Mean Jakey in this race. Was a runner-up finisher last time out for 20,000. I like who he finished behind, Nancy, Espionage, who's a pretty good horse.
Yes.
So there are no espionages in this race here. So Mean Jakey for Clark Brewster and Steve Asmussen is the play.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mean Jakey as well. Third off the extended layoff where the barn is 19% and does exit a much improved second one, being a little bit closer to the pace. And I think he's going to find his friends in here. He definitely likes Oaklawn in the money, 10 of 15 prior starts. The ninth and feature is a non-2 allowance for 3 and up, set to go 6 furlongs in distance, and did have a couple scratches of numbers 8 and 10 as we take a look at the entrance. And Matt, I thought this was a pretty competitive group.
It's interesting you say that because I actually picked the favorite Rowdy Riot in here, but I could understand that rationale just because Rowdy Riot has run at this level his last 3 races and has run third every time and was never really a threat to win, but he hit the board. I just think when you look at the horses he's run against, Wendelson, Aglise, Red State, I just think they're better horses than the horses that are found in this condition. Sometimes you see the same condition, but it's different levels. Some are tougher than average condition. Other times they're not as strong, and I would say the latter's true here. So I think really the key with Rowdy Riot, if he were to win at this level, is to find his friends, the right field. He's not a world beater, but he's probably good enough to beat this group here.
And he's also been gelded since his last start.
Yeah, the ultimate equipment
The
change.
ultimate
as we
equipment
like
change.
You can't make much of a bigger
No,
change
you
than that.
cannot. I'm going to go with my long shot play of the day in here with the number 5, Coach Jimmy D. Coming from the barn of Jimmy DeVito, he campaigns this one himself. This horse does make the first start since late July when running second, beaten just a length against first level allowance company at Hawthorne. This horse has run very well off of a freshening before, and DeVito been on a tear as of late, has won 4 of his last 5. 3 of those here at Oaklawn, which also included a runner-up finish. He ran 1-2 in one of those and also a race at Hawthorne's. So a pair of seconds versus similar at Hawthorne last year, and I really do like that work pattern. April 7th went 4 furlongs and 47-4, and then a nice old-school bullet on the 13th in 36-2, and that out of the starting gate. So I'm going to go with Team DeVito. As he likes to say, he is a coach as he coaches these amazing athletes.
It's a very, very cool story on DRS that Mary Rampolini
Great
put on,
job by Mary Rampolini.
And you know what? It's funny you mentioned coaching because I've always sort of the analogy with trainers, I lost my train of thought. The analogy with trainers is they're like a coach. Or a scout. They analyze talent and they try to find the right scenarios and put them in positions to succeed.
Yep.
Each and every horse
I
is
love
different.
that. Great analogy. Race number 10 is the finale for Arkansas breds, 3 and up. Maiden claiming 40,000, and they are going to go 6 furlongs in distance as we, guess what, Matt? It's a full field of 12.
Nice. And there's a horse named Oink in this race. I never thought I'd see that. Oink.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Well, he draws the rail. I think he's the head storyline
Yeah,
here.
he could be the
Not
head
whoever
storyline.
wins, because I don't think he's winning, but the fact that there's a 5-year-old first-time starter by a sire that I've never heard of that's named Oink. So I can't really take that seriously.
Yes, very true.
But my top pick I do take seriously, Dawson James. His first race, he was working well in the mornings on Oaklawn.com. You can watch a number of workout videos on our website. And this horse was second best to touchdown Arkansas. It was a very nice horse. Came back to be 2 for 2 and win an allowance race against older horses. This horse freshened up 5 weeks. Dawson James ran in a state-bred maiden special weight on Arkansas Derby Day. Even though the track was fast later in the day, early it was muddy, and he ran on the muddy surface, and he ran terrible, and maybe he didn't like the track. He's in for 40,000. He's adding blinkers, wheeling back in 3 weeks. It's a little bit of a head-scratcher because It's interesting that Tommy Vance, maybe try him one more time on a fast track against State Breds before dropping. 'Cause I think this horse has some ability, but maybe he just wants to get a win right now with good purse here, 45,000. So Dawson James is going to be the pick. I'm going to give him another shot on a fast track.
Yeah, I'm going to as well, like that drop in for the tag, and also, as Matt alluded to, the fast track. And does put the blinkers on. So we'll see if those changes can get Dawson James to the winner's circle in the 10th and final. In addition to our 10 race selections, we have a $20 show bet bonus parlay ticket that we have structured for you. Also, our long shot and our top pick, which is sponsored by Oaklawn Anywhere. Matt's going to start in race 3, go races 3, 7, 8, 10, while I go 2, 4, 6, 8. And your horses just have to finish within the top 3 to carry on to your next leg. Matt's long shot play of the day is in the 6th with Mount Craig, while I'm going to go Coach Jimmy D in the feature. Top pick sponsored by Oaklawn Anywhere. I go to the opener, Sir Gallivant, while Matt goes to the feature with Randy Morse's Rowdy Riot, who gets the ultimate change of equipment today. So we'll see how that fares out.
That never gets old.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I've, as a handicapper, I've said it for years, and I've heard other handicappers say it for years. So it's just one of those that you still kind of giggle when you hear something like that.
It's such a hit or miss angle, though, in my opinion.
It
like sometimes horses focus, and sometimes they do it to get them to lean out a little bit because the colts, they tend to keep that weight on pretty good. Other times it doesn't do a thing.
Mainly it's up here with those colts when they do make that equipment change, and sometimes it does take a little while to get all of that out of their system as well. This was a great Friday, and so happy that Mom and Pop Dinnerman are here in Hot Springs. Happy birthday, Mama Jane. We love our parents so much. Yes. So thanks for joining us on this Friday edition of Oaklawn Today. Good luck and good racing.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching and wagering on Oaklawn Park. Folks, without further ado, we now ask you to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can now get out your pens, pencils, and programs because we now have today's changes. Here they come. Our track condition listed as fast. Partly sunny skies currently, 74 degrees, and southwest winds coming in here to Hot Springs. Again, our track condition is fast. Here come the changes. The first race on the card kicks off the early pick 5 sequence. Number 3, Vaden, is a scratch. Scratch number 3, Vaden, from the first race. Also, we have that updated workout on the screen from Surfin' M, who had an updated workout not listed in your past performance products, going 38 and 4/5 seconds here at Oaklawn over a fast track, was given a breezing designation for 3 furlongs. In the second race, start of the early pick 4 wager were clear, no changes in race 2. In the third race, scratch number 5, Only a Dream. Also scratch number 4, Dalton's Retro. Numbers 4 and 5, both scratched out of race number 3. In the fourth race on the program, we are clear, no changes in race number 4. Over on the fifth race, scratch number 1, More Power. Also scratch number 3, Viney, and scratch number 4, Lord Diamond. Numbers 1, 3, and 4, all scratched out of race number 5. Numbers 13 and 14 drawn to the race and will run. Also in race number 5, Pulaski, 2 pounds overweight. 8, Lake of Fire, 1 pound over. 12, Razorback Army, 2 pounds overweight. 13, Battle of the Ravine, 2 pounds overweight. Race 5. There it is. The sixth race begins the late pick 5 sequence. Number 1, Outlaw Run, is 2 pounds overweight. 3, Gino Hollander, 2 pounds overweight as well. Race 6 begins the late pick 5. The seventh race starts the late pick 4 sequence. Scratch number 1, Bougie Beach. Number 1, Bougie Beach, scratched out of race number 7. Over in the eighth race on the program today, scratch the 3 outside runners. Number 12, Last Diamond. Number 13, Cane Creek Road. And number 14, Volcan. Numbers 12, 13, and 14 all out of race number 8. In the ninth race on the card today, scratch number 8, Haunted Flame, and number 10, Putting Eagle. Numbers 8 and 10 both out of race 9. The nightcap is race number 10 in the finale. Scratch the also eligibles, numbers 13 and 14. 20 minutes until race number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your afternoon watching and wagering on Oaklawn Park, where the sun always shines.
My name's Tyler Bacon, and I'm from Crow Agency, Montana, and I'm 17 years old. I grew up on the Crow Indian Reservation. It's not a very big town. It's a little town with about 2 gas stations, so I'm not really much of a big city guy. When I was younger, my uncle Cody, he owned Indian relay horses, so I was around horses my entire life. Probably like 6. Started riding ponies around with my friends, like around town on the reservation. They had little fairs, and on the weekends they run horses and Indian relays. The reservation I'm from, it has a little racetrack. I think it's about 6 furlongs maybe, but that's where I rode my first gate race actually. A couple days after I turned 16, that's right when I got my license, so it wasn't very long. As soon as I got to the track, they entered me up on some horses, and I galloped a few, worked a few out of the gate, and that was about it. When I first started riding in Fauner Park, my first win, that horse pretty much drug me around the track.
Southwestern Hope is trying to get home in the Fauner 6 and will get the job done.
I didn't whip him or nothing. I just guided him around there, and he took me to the winner's circle.
Congratulations to jockey T.W. Bacon on his first career win.
After Fauner, I went to Iowa and Prairie Meadows, started riding there, and my agent, Brian, he got a hold of me and he told me about Oaklawn, so that's when I came here and decided to ride here. I've had a lot of people that helped me out, like D. Wayne Lucas, Christian Torres. They've all been helping me out a lot. Every jockey wants to win the Kentucky Derby, so I think that'll be very cool. That's probably one of the races that I want to win.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter,
You've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
So fine.